up, YouTube? Kedris here. This is my match preview for Nottingham Forest versus Fenerbahçe. The first leg of the Europa League knockout stage for this competition will be taking place in Istanbul, in Turkey. And I got some spicy stuff for y'all because the players just finished training, and I think we know what the system's going to be. Let's go. So, as with all things that come with building a preview and building a lineup, we got to look at injuries. And so I took a perusal through the injuries. I can't show you all the website I use because it's a gambling site, and I don't know if that's against YouTube's TOS or not. But I can tell you right now that Savona is still out, Sells is still out, Wood is still out, Bali is still out, and Victor is still out. Now, this is a big thing because Matt Sells was actually removed from the Europa League squad during the week. I think it was yesterday, and Ortega was put in instead. So could that mean that Sells has a long-term injury that we're not aware of? Maybe the groin problem acted up when he came in for a substitution. I'm not fully aware of the situation, but I can only make inferences based on what I've seen so far. So this is the Europa League squad we're looking at and what we're working with. Obviously, like I said, Matt Sells is gone. But we got Angus Gunn, Ortega, Aina, Marilla, Cunha, Milinkovic, Morata, Savona, Nico Williams. Obviously, Savona's injured. Your midfielders you're looking at are Anderson, Dominguez, Gibbs White, Omari Hutchinson, Callum Hudson-Odoi, McAtee, Ndoye, Sangare, Yates. And your forwards are Luca, Igor, and Bakwa. So Chris Wood's still injured, obviously, and Luca Netz was not added to the squad at any point. So looking at the opposition first, because we're going to go there before I get into the spice. This seems to be the lineup they're going with. The only injury they have is Amrabat, who played for Manchester United a season or two ago. But if you look at this, you can tell it's very defensive. They got N'Golo Kante, got Guendouzi. They're very compact in the middle. And their threat comes from Asensio being the creator. And what's his name? Talisca. He's actually a winger, but in the system they play, he kind of plays more forward and doesn't track back as much. Hence why N'Golo Kante is on the right. They defend more in this system and then kind of leave those guys up in attack. Now, time to get to the spice, boys and girls. Now, reports have come from Istanbul following the team's final training session today that based on the drills and the tactical practice that was done, it's actually going to be a three-back system. So, for me at least, based on the information I have currently, regardless of the truth, is it's going to be a three-back system, which means it's going to be a 3-4. Oh, do we just not type? 3, 3-4-2-1. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and I even know, or I think I know, who the back three will be. Obviously, this is going to include Murillo. This is going to include Milinkovic. And to the unfortunate timing for everybody, or not timing, but the unfortunate, I don't even know what to say. I guess a lot of people just don't like him, but unfortunately for a lot of people, Morato seems to be the guy. And I think this makes a lot of sense because, like I was saying when I was talking about Pereira, he likes a center back to step into the midfield. I thought, based on having Murillo and Jair Cunha, that could be switched to like a wing system where he could go and kind of be more wide with the center backs when they step in. But it appears to me, at least looking at this, that he's kind of opted for more of a central step in for his center back. So I think we're going to see a lot of Murillo stepping inside and helping in the midfield. And then based on that and who's available, obviously the rest of it comes into fruition. I want to see Williams on the right, but I think unfortunately he will be on the left side. And I'm not, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I've already said my piece on what I think about that, but I think this is probably the way it's going to be. Come on, line up. Line up. Don't be a bitch. Line up. All right, there we go. Now, moving into the midfield, I think the answer is obvious. It's going to be Anderson and Sangare. I think the only question really is whether Anderson is going to play kind of in that holding anchor role in the midfield, or if he's going to be asked to move further forward and play that 10 position. I don't think so. Not in this situation, because we have options, and we need the work rate that comes with him in that position. And to be honest with you, I just don't think he's very good at shooting. But that I think is going to be our midfield: Anderson, Sangare. Moving into the 210 positions, unfortunately, I think Gibbs White is going to get the cake. I think he's going to start. The real question for me actually comes at this right 10 position. And I'm actually curious to see what Pereira does. If he's open-minded to these type of like McAtee, who performs well in Europe but didn't really play in the Premier League this season, is he open to that, or is he go for someone like, say, Hutchinson or Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's been a consistent figure? And from what I hear, Hutchinson is performing well in training, and he's showing a lot of good things to Pereira. I want to say it's going to be McAtee. I really do. But I think the kid's not going to get a shot. I think it will be Hutchinson. Um, what is expected of the players right now is a lot of effort tracking back, and I think that's one thing McAtee struggles with, is kind of being consistently helpful when it comes to defending and tracking back. As for the striker, based on reports, I think it'll be Igor Jesus. I thought it might have been Luca, because that kind of Luca has got the profile to be a hold up playing target kind of striker, but it seems to be that he just can't seem to win. Like, got this tall dude and he just doesn't jump for some reason. I skipped over goalkeeper, but it is going to be Ortega. I'm pretty sure about that. So I mean, that's why I didn't really think about it too much, but I believe it will be Ortega. So this is what the lineup's looking like. I think it's good enough. We could easily win this. Depends on how aggressive we want to be. We definitely have substitutions like McAtee on the bench. We can also bring in Dominguez if we want to move Anderson further forward, or we want to press higher. We have options, and also got Bakwa, Hudson-Odoi, Indoy, and so there's no reason why we can't affect the match. So that's my take on everything. What the line's going to be, looking at the opposition, and just the overall, I think, based on reports out of Istanbul, what we're going to do formation wise. Looking to me at their lineup, who we are, do we get a manager balance? Do our tactics throw them off? I believe the result will be 1-0 Fenerbahçe. I think they will take this leg. I think they'll win, especially it being in Turkey, Istanbul, so far away. I think we'll sit in, we'll defend very well. I think we'll have chances on the counterattack to prove me wrong, but I think overall, the way it's a new system and everything like that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the players are revitalized. Maybe they decide to put in some effort and put some of their shirt on the line and put in a performance that just wows me. So I think it could either go 1-0 Fenerbahce or like 3-0 Nottingham Forest. So based on that, obviously the answer is Fenerbahce. But hey, let me know what you think. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and at the end of the day, guys, come on, you Reds!